The UFC offered Arman Tsarukyan a fight, and he turned it down. They offered me a fight in Abu Dhabi, but I rejected it because they offered an opponent, Gamrot, that I didn't want to fight. He's low in the rankings. Gamrot is ranked number 7. Arman Tsarukyan is ranked number 1. So Tsarukyan went from getting a title shot to being offered a fight with number 7 in the division. So UFC not happy that he pulled out of that fight with Makhachev and lost his title shot opportunity. Interesting for Gamrot because he went from fighting the guy who's number 1 in the division to fighting unranked Ludovic Klein. He takes on Ludovic Klein May 31st, end of this month, UFC on ESPN. Blanchfield versus Barber. Not good for Gamrot, but good for Klein. He can go from being unranked in the top 10 if he can beat Gamrot. He'll have to try and execute some striking while defending a million wrestling attacks from Gamrot if he's going to get the victory. Also, Arman is annoyed with the UFC. He was asked, don't you think you'll anger the UFC a little with this, not taking the fight with Gamrot? No, the UFC has angered me that they offered me such an opponent. For them, it's disrespectful towards me. I deserve better. I'm ranked number 1. I'm not saying give me a title fight, but give me a number 1 contender fight. If they offer me a good opponent from the top 5 or at least someone on a winning streak, the one they offered me is on a losing streak, Gamrot. They could have at least given me Hooker, the one who beat Gamrot.
I need one more guy from Habib's team. Let's do it again.
Brad Tavares is coming off a win over Gerald Meerschaert, but he's no longer on the UFC roster. He's been with the UFC 15 years, had 26 fights in the organizations, fought a lot of champions in the UFC. He fought Adesanya, Whittaker, Weidman, and the current champ, DDP. Tavares had a lot of decision wins, so he doesn't have a very memorable highlight reel of finishes, but he is tied with Michael Bisping for the most wins in UFC middleweight division history with 16. Brad Tavares was on season 11 of The Ultimate Fighter. With his departure from the organization, the only guy left in the UFC from that season is Court McGee. He'll be fighting next June 14th against Michael Chiesa.
I go out and I demolish Figueiredo, or if I go beat Figueiredo by a mile or I knock him out or I submit him, I don't think it's way out of the realm of possibilities that I'd be the next guy to fight for the belt, especially just considering I'm the only one that hasn't fought Merab yet in the top 5. And then also, I mean, the entire world wants to watch me and O'Malley fight. I don't think that there's too many more exciting fights that you can maybe make in the UFC if we're going to talk about hardcore fans and people wanting to tune in. I think that that's one that people are definitely going to want to see. So I think that it's really nice that timing and luck is kind of, I think, going to play out for me a little bit this time. And I go out, I kick Biggie's ass, then I think that I could definitely be the next guy.
Even in the start of the fight, it just didn't feel like my feet were under me, like I had anything. Very off after the year layoff. I'm extremely disappointed in the way I fought. It felt like a sparring match, and it felt like it just didn't feel authentic to me. But no excuses. Didn't feel there at all. One of those things where I was like, man, I don't know what's going on. Nothing was clicking. Once you step in the ring, everything fades away. This time I went into the ring and I could hear fucking everybody, Shakur, Richardson, everybody just screaming stuff. I don't know why I didn't zone it out. It was weird. It just felt like a weird fever dream just happened. It was just so awkward. I don't know why. Usually fights don't feel that way. It just feels like you're in it and you're fighting. You don't hear nobody, nothing. So yeah, that was a little different. I gotta figure it out up here. You'll see that aggression come out. I just didn't have that. Didn't have that aggression to go kill. You gotta have that in the ring.
Devin Haney's dad, Bill Haney, says, congrats to Devin, Rolly, and Tio for an iconic night in boxing. 3-0. Meanwhile, in other news, Oscar 0-3. Still extremely puzzled how Ryan Garcia hasn't fired De La Hoya, putting him in the ring with no PEDs clean against Rolly.
Analyze Devin Haney's performance today. Did he just run? I don't know, bro. Like, I'm trying to warm up for a fight, where I don't need to be falling asleep.
What was your initial reaction when you hit him with that left hook and floored him?
The thing is, I thought he would. I thought it was just a flash because he didn't really appear hurt. But I mean, I still went to try, and he was still awake. So I was like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna go back to boxing him.
I go after the tough challenges, and yeah, definitely Turkey on the sheet, His Excellency, and to everybody, the zone, and to Matchroom, Golden Boy, Top Rank, everybody that's played a part of this. Definitely, I want to see Boots. I'm Dora the Explorer, and I'm looking for Boots.
All the times, as an example, I don't like to talk about religion or colors, but if we want to say about something, I think the boxing will be in different place if we have black heavyweight champion. This is what use of all of us from the 60 and the 70 living and seeing at the time of Muhammad Ali.
This fight at BKFC Clearwater ended controversially. Pittman took a knee and Zamora landed a tiny little shot on her while she was on the ground, and that's not allowed. Pittman says she couldn't continue, so the fight ends in a no contest. Former UFC fighter Chris Leeman, who's also a referee now, says you can't hit an opponent when they're down. Can't do it. It could have been worse than a no contest. It could have been a disqualification. Zamora acknowledges her mistake. Yes, 100%. I take full responsibility for the illegal shot. Although very unintentional, it was in the moment, but it paved the way for them to get a no contest versus the stoppage loss that was undoubtedly on its way. Zamora got robbed. The ref should have jumped in quicker when she took a knee. What's she doing? And then to milk it like she can't continue to get a no contest. I would never book her for a combat sport again. Taking a knee should be a DQ anyways. Zamora responds to that by saying, yes, exactly, damage was already caused. It was the perfect for them to get the no contest.
This is what it looks like. It's called a nasal dilator. Intake breathing. Let's see. Moment of truth. Whoa. A whole new world. That's nice.